Indonesia will have to undertake a reindustrialization policy. We had in the past, however, we need to do it more intensive and extensive.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, berikut sahabat pena ufuk, kita akan menyaksikan dalam sebuah forum wawancara oleh Anies Baswedan ini di Malaysia, dan beliau diwawancarai dengan menggunakan bahasa Inggris, dan pertanyaan ini yang disampaikan terkait dengan investasi. Dan saya kira kalau Pak Prabowo ingin sukses di sektor ini, baiknya mendengarkan apa yang disampaikan oleh Pak Anies agar tidak seperti kepemimpinan Pak Jokowi sebelumnya yang diduga terlalu banyak membohongi rakyat, yang berkali-kali mengatakan bahwa investor akan banyak masuk ke Indonesia, namun pada akhirnya semua adalah nihil. Nah, ini yang disampaikan Pak Anies, kita langsung saja dengarkan.
ASEAN, everyone is chasing foreign direct investments. What would be your strategy to attract FDIs into Indonesia? And are there any particular sectors that you're focused on?
Number one, for a country like Indonesia that has vast opportunities. On the other hand, we're also competing with other countries that offer leniency in terms of rules, regulations, incentive.
Yes.
What's needed is certainty in terms of law, consistency in terms of regulation, and upholding rule of law, combating corruptions, promoting good governance. So those are first priority that I'd like to adopt if I were given the authority to manage Indonesia. Is with regard to number two is with regard to improving the logistical system and the infrastructure, because we are talking about investment opportunity across Indonesia, not only investment opportunity in Jakarta or in Java. So logistical system and infrastructures were clearly very important, and it has to be government that invests on that, so that we will provide breakthrough, so that we'll have more efficient logistical system and infrastructure. Number three is ensuring a human capital available is also at par with the requirement of that. We have plenty in terms of education institutions, training institutions that can be adjusted to the needs of foreign direct investment in a particular sectors. And when it comes to the sectors, I think the low-hanging fruit is in the natural resources area, and the opportunities is still vast. Number two is manufacturing. Indonesia will have to undertake a reindustrialization policy. We had in the past, however, we need to do it more intensive and extensive.
Right.
We'd like to see more industrializations in areas outside Java. Java contributed significantly to our economy. Jakarta itself is 1/5 of Indonesian economy. It shows highly concentrated.
Yes.
Therefore, we will be encouraging around 14 other big cities to serve as engine of economic growth across Indonesia, and industrialization on those areas will be given incentive, will provide the regulatory framework, will provide the fiscal incentive, the monetary incentive on that. So with that, we'd like to see more manufacturing, because we need to create no less than 3 million jobs every year. And industrialization is key for that.
So more of a balanced approach.
The third is creative industry. We've been seeing new generations of the millennials, the Z, the Y. These are groups that have creativity that's infinite, and they have all kind of breakthrough new businesses and many new startups. Even in Jakarta is one of the center for this creative industry, and we've been seeing young talents from all over Indonesia coming in with good ideas and meet with investors, and then created new businesses. So those are the third area that I'd like to invite for the foreign direct investment.
Right. Yes, I understand even in the film industry, there is a group growing in Borobudur that is encouraging a lot of foreign direct investment, and the talent is there. The Rupiah, and it's similar to many of our currencies in the region, have all been weakening. I'm seeing currencies as weak as we saw during the Asian financial crisis. a difficult one, but what are your strategies to strengthen the rupiah?
Yeah, the ASEAN financial crisis, if you remember, 97, 98, we lost about 80% of our values. It started as currency crisis, translated into financial crisis,
Yes.
and then economic crisis, and on top of that, a political crisis.
Yes.
So that made the crisis that Indonesia had to face in that period was much worse than any country in the region. Most countries experience currency crisis, financial crisis, but not so much economic crisis or even a political crisis.
Yes.
So, but we have recovered from that period. Of course, Rupiah has reached its new equilibrium, which is of course very different than it used to be. Now we are slowly depreciating our currency. However, let's look at it in a long-term perspective. That I believe the strength of our currency reflect or functions of our productivity. We will have to continue supplying goods and services to the world and actively contributing to the world economy so that you will have transactions with the rest of the world.
Right.
Having that transaction with the rest of the world will ensure that rupiah is also stable because you have this transaction with the world. So that's one important aspect. So having productivity is one. Secondly, is ensuring that our policy are coherent within monetary policy,
Yes.
sectoral policy, and fiscal policy. These three aspects has to be coordinated in a good way, and you need to rely on highly competent technocrats, economists to do that, and give political directions, however less intervention in terms of monetary and in terms of fiscal, unless it is necessary to maintain stability within the country. So you have a band in which currency can actually fluctuate within that band.
Right.
And ensuring that is very important, and it's also send a signal to the world market about where we stand in terms of providing rooms for market to operate, but on the other hand, informing that there is a band in which fluctuations is tolerated within the country. When it comes to long-term stability of our currency, it is important to ensure that our inflation is under control. And that is why one of our key policy reform that we are promoting is with regard to the food sector, because it is one of the most contributive factor to inflations. If price increases, immediately inflation increase. So stability in the food sector is key. And number two is ensuring that investment in terms of portfolio and foreign direct investment is given enough rooms and incentive, so it will also attract support to our economy. Two more things I'd like to mention about rupiah: promoting tourism. It's very important because you will have inflows of people coming into the country. The last thing is about political stability. Political stability does matter, and we have been grateful that Indonesia has been a vibrant democracy and a stable democracy.
Yes.
So elections were done on regular basis. People coming into the to the election booth, vote, and move on. So those are things that we hope will be able to stabilize rupiah and provide foundations for long-term stability.
Right. Nusantara has had some mixed reviews.
Ya, tentu catatan-catatan yang disampaikan tadi oleh Pak Anies memang seperti itulah seharusnya. Bagaimana pemimpin itu bisa memfasilitasi dan bisa mengundang penasaran para investor-investor asing, dan tentu salah satu di antara yang disampaikan Pak Anies tadi adalah kita harus memperbaiki sistem, terutama di birokrasi, di mana Indonesia ini yang terkenal dengan kerumitan administrasinya, dan juga Pak Anies menyampaikan bahwa harus ada kepastian hukum. Dalam konteks ini yang dimaksud adalah bagaimana uang-uang para investor itu bisa dijamin aman dan bisa mendatangkan keuntungan, karena sebagaimana yang dirilis oleh OCC-ARPI yang di akhir tahun 2024 beberapa hari yang lalu menempatkan Pak Jokowi sebagai salah satu finalis pemimpin dunia yang terkorup, dan tentu itu menjadi jawaban selama ini, selama kepemimpinan Pak Jokowi, bahwa kenapa investor itu seperti sulit dan enggan untuk datang berinvestasi di Indonesia. Ya, akar masalahnya ada di sini karena diduga terindikasi ada banyak praktik-praktik korupsi di negeri ini, dan tentu tidak ada jaminan bagi para investor untuk uang mereka untuk mendapat keuntungan, bahkan bisa jadi mereka akan mengalami kerugian besar. Dan salah satu sebabnya karena maraknya korupsi di negeri ini, dan tentu inilah tugas Pak Prabowo, dan saya rasa sangat baik jika Pak Prabowo mendengarkan apa yang disampaikan tadi Pak Anies, solusi-solusi, catatan-catatan bagaimana bisa mendatangkan investor dan sangat tertarik untuk berinvestasi di Indonesia. Sektor-sektor dan hal-hal yang disampaikan oleh Pak Anies tadi memang menjadi sangat urgen untuk ditata kembali agar investor itu bisa masuk ke Indonesia. Dan itulah Pak Anies Baswedan, selalu memahami sebuah persoalan secara komprehensif, secara mendalam. Beliau menggunakan bahasa Inggris, dan tentu ini tidak hanya bisa diikuti oleh pemerintah Indonesia, tapi saya rasa apa yang disampaikan oleh Pak Anies ini semua pemimpin, semua negara membutuhkan itu. Sekian, terima kasih.